The art of the conversation. It's a very valuable skill to have, the ability to communicate with others and have an interesting conversation. It's an art form that seems to be going slightly out of fashion because, of course, with the rise of social media, young people don't necessarily communicate with their mouth and spoken terms, they communicate with their fingers. So how do we continue the art of communication, and what is the etiquette around it? Being a good conversationalist allows you to put others at ease. So it can be a really effective skill to have when you're meeting people for the first time or perhaps going into a working environment. It will allow people to remember you for your tact, your good humour, and your good conversation. By mastering the art of the conversation, you will find that you get invited to many things, for example, dinners, events, places where people will enjoy bringing you to because they know that you're good at conversations. A good conversationalist strikes a balance between talking and listening. It is important to listen, not listen to respond. There's a difference. You can pick up threads of the conversation, understand nuance, and have a deeper, more intelligent understanding of the conversation which is occurring, allowing you to interpret and put forth your own insight into the conversation. Try to think outside the box. Asking someone what they do for work, remarking about the weather. These are quite typical things to say in a polite or new conversation. Try approaching it differently. What could you talk about that's perhaps a bit different, won't cause any insult, but will really get the person engaged and interested in the conversation? The 3 things I would avoid talking about in a formal, polite setting is religion, politics, and sex. I love asking questions. I love meeting new people and I love to find out about them. Asking them about their hobbies, about their interests, about their passions. These are all really interesting things to talk about, but be careful that you don't turn into an interviewer, as that can happen if you ask too many questions. Gentle humour and a well-placed compliment can make the conversation flow even better. Familiarity, of course, comes with time, so be aware of unspoken barriers. If someone starts to seem like they're slightly uncomfortable or distracted, think about changing the topic of the conversation. It's always important to be authentic, and you want to stay true to yourself, of course. But if you have a particularly strong opinion about something, you might be sensitive about sharing it on first meeting with someone. Of course, it depends on the situation and who you're meeting or who you're talking to, but always err on respect and try not to create a conversation which might cause upset. Tell me about any conversations you've had and how you like to make them more interesting. Do you have a good conversation starter? Let me know in the comments below.